Second of the two individuals being in my topic is Sol Bloom. He is claimed to be one of the world's most influential and distinguished individuals. I would take this with a grain of salt, though, because as most or all politicians, he was not necessarily the most humble or honest. This actually is a self-proclaimed quote in his autobiography. He was a politician nonetheless. He served 14 consecutive terms on the congressional floor, as well as was a delegate for the first United Nations. Before becoming a very successful politician, though, he was actually most known for bringing belly dancing to America for the first time, believe it or not. This was actually after seeing it himself at the Paris exhibit that was actually so frowned upon by P.T. Barnum in his previous passage. This dance and musical culture actually excited him so much that he brought the idea to New York that was quickly shot down with New York's lack of enthusiasm, and that led him to bring it to Chicago in the earlier stages of the Chicago World's Fair. And this actually led him to be the manager of the entire Midway, which is crazy because the Midway is super essential to the fair, being that it was the center of all of the main entertainment and attractions, and this is actually where the infamous Ferris wheel was, and an ostrich farm. The original planners wanted the Midway to be an entirely different section and away from the World's Fair itself, but obviously being manager, Bloom completely reiterated this and actually made it the center, which it should have been. Along with this, he added many more villages or attractions from countries such as like Germany, Egypt, Japan, and more. The significance in the promoting, however, is found here, which is the Danse des 23, which actually directly translates to belly dancing. And this drew crowds and crowds to the fair purely because this was not seen very much, actually, and it really just was seen as obscure and unseen, and people really just wanted to know what it was about. I had a hard time drawing a connection nearly as strong as the one of P.T. Barnum and Turner's passage on the frontier, but we can see with even the diversity that Sol Bloom had created on the Midway regarding new countries such as Germany, Egypt, and Japan having these attractions, we need to understand that there was still a severe lack of Black representation as far as country and other descendants. This being short of Egypt, but that was mainly because Egypt had the mummy exhibit that was sure to bring a lot of individuals. This was actually brought up in P.T. Barnum's passage. As far as Douglas's speech on Haiti, though, there obviously is a clear correlation because there still was a severe lack of Black representation. A direct quote being from Douglas, "Haiti is Black, and we have not yet forgiven Haiti for being Black or forgiven the Almighty for making her Black." And this is obviously an issue, and even with the diversity he brought, we still see it. In conclusion, Sol Bloom and P.T. Barnum had a significant effect on the Chicago World's Fair, mainly because with their promotion techniques such as P.T. Barnum and the passage that he established and the main effect that Sol Bloom had on the Midway, the World's Fair would not be the same without them.